Nobody tells you this, but some of the best crochet projects you'll ever make are also the smallest ones. And I know what you're thinking. Small means boring, right? Wrong. The small stuff is where it gets really fun. These tiny projects are blowing up right now. People are selling them out at markets, gifting them, keeping them for themselves, and honestly just making them over and over again because it feels so good. So today, I'm going to walk you through some of the most loved small crochet items that people just cannot stop making right now. These are easy, they're relaxing, and a few of them might actually surprise you. Let me just say this first. If you've ever felt stuck on a big project, or you started something and it's just been sitting there for 3 months giving you guilt every time you look at it, small projects are your way out of that. There's something really satisfying about picking up your hook, and by the time your tea is done, you've already finished something. That feeling is hard to beat. So let's get into it. The first one on the list is the crochet bow. If you haven't seen these yet, you might be living under a rock because they are everywhere right now. Hair bows, bag charms, little decorations on gifts. People are making them in every color and every size. And the best part? They use barely any yarn. We're talking scraps. Those little bits left over from other projects that you can't bring yourself to throw away but don't know what to do with. This is what you do with them. The basic bow shape is just 2 flat rectangles and a small center wrap piece. That's it. You can make one in about 15 to 20 minutes once you get the hang of it. If you add a hair clip or a pin to the back, you've got something you can actually wear or sell. People are making these in chunky yarn, in cotton, in sparkly yarn for the holiday season, and honestly, every single version looks cute. What makes the bow so popular right now is that it works for every age. A little kid can wear a big pastel bow in their hair. An adult can clip a small neutral-colored one onto a tote bag. It's one of those designs that just travels across styles really easily. The second item is the crochet coin purse or small pouch. These have been popular for a long time, but they're having a serious moment right now because of how customizable they are. The basic shape is just a small rectangle or oval worked in the round with a zipper sewn on at the end. If you've never sewn in a zipper before, it sounds scary, but it's honestly one of those things where once you do it once, you wonder why you were ever scared of it. People are making these in striped patterns, solid colors, little textured stitches, even with faces on them, like little frog pouches, strawberry pouches, flower shapes. The charm of a handmade pouch is that it feels personal in a way that a store-bought one never does. And because they're small and fast to make, you can batch make them pretty easily. A lot of crochet sellers do really well with these at craft fairs because the price point is accessible for buyers. You can use any weight of yarn for this, though a lot of people prefer cotton because it holds its shape better and feels nice to touch when you're actually using it as a pouch. The zipper just needs to match the opening length, nothing complicated. Next up, we have the crochet keychain. This one might be the most underrated item on this whole list. Keychains are fast, they use almost no yarn at all, and people love them. You can make a little ghost, a tiny bear head, a mini sunflower, a mushroom, a heart. The options are honestly endless. What makes keychains so great to make is that you can practice your amigurumi skills in a really low-pressure way. If you've ever wanted to try making cute little stuffed characters but felt overwhelmed by a full-sized one, a keychain is the perfect starting point. You're still doing the same basic techniques, magic rings, single crochets worked in the round, stuffing, closing up, but the whole thing is maybe 3 or 4 centimeters tall when you're done. The little details are what make them special. Safety eyes, a tiny bit of embroidery for a mouth, maybe a small piece of felt for an ear. Even people who have never crocheted anything cute before find that they can pull off a keychain design. And when you clip it onto your bag or your keys, it genuinely makes people stop and ask where you got it. Another item that's been getting so much love lately is the scrunchie. Crochet scrunchies are one of those things that look way harder than they are. The method is simple. You work a long strip of single crochet or half double crochet, then weave a hair tie through the back, gather it up, and join the ends together. Done. The whole thing takes maybe 20 minutes. The texture of a crochet scrunchie is so different from a fabric one, and that's exactly what people love about it. They feel chunky and handmade in the best way. Velvet yarn is really popular for these right now because it gives such a soft, luxurious finish. But cotton works too, and so does any other yarn you happen to have lying around. These are also a really nice item to make in bulk if you're someone who sells things, because they're quick, they look great, and they use up scraps. You can make a set of 3 in coordinating colors and bundle them together as a gift, and honestly, that's a really thoughtful present that most people wouldn't think to buy themselves. Let's talk about the crochet flower next, because these are having such a big moment. Single flowers, flower bouquets, flowers sewn onto bags or hats or headbands, it's everywhere. And the reason people keep coming back to crochet flowers is that there are so many different patterns. You've got the simple daisy, the rose, the sunflower, the layered peony-style flower. Each one has its own little technique and its own personality. Making a crochet flower feels like a mini project with a big payoff. Even the most basic petal flower takes maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and when you're done, you've got this perfect little thing sitting in your hand. A lot of people make these to decorate other finished objects, adding a flower to a bag they just made, or to a hat, or pinning one onto a coat for the season. Bouquets are especially popular right now. People are making full arrangements of crochet flowers and vases and giving them as gifts for birthdays, Mother's Day, or just because. Unlike real flowers, they don't die. Someone can keep a crochet bouquet for years. That emotional quality is part of what makes them so meaningful. Now here's one that's a little unexpected but has been gaining so much attention lately, the crochet bookmark. Yes, a bookmark. It sounds so simple that it almost doesn't feel worth mentioning, but these little things are genuinely beloved. You make a long, thin strip, add a small decorative element at the top, maybe a little tassel or a tiny crocheted shape like a leaf or a star, and that's it. It's done. Bookmarks are popular for the same reason as keychains. They're quick, they're cute, they're practical, and they feel personal. They work as little gifts for teachers, for friends who read a lot, for anyone really. And because they're so fast to make, they're perfect for those moments when you just want to pick up your hook and make something without committing to anything big. The yarn choice matters a bit here. A thinner yarn, like a fingering or sport weight, gives a cleaner, flatter result that won't make your book look bulky when it's closed. But even a worsted weight bookmark can work if you keep the width narrow. Finally, we have to talk about the crochet mini bag or purse. These are everywhere on social media right now, and for very good reason. A small mesh bag, a tiny crossbody, a little bucket bag. All of these are fully achievable projects that don't take as long as a full-sized bag, but still give you that incredible finished object feeling. The mini bag trend has pulled in people who don't even typically think of themselves as crochet people. They see one on someone's shoulder at a festival or a market, and they immediately want to know how to make it. And the truth is, if you know how to do basic stitches and work in the round or in rows, you can make a mini bag. You might need to add a lining or some interfacing to help it hold its shape, but those finishing steps are easy to learn and make such a big difference to the final result. Cotton yarn is probably the most common choice for bags because it's sturdy and doesn't stretch out over time. Jute and raffia are also popular right now for a more summery, textured look. And the colors people are making these in, mustard sage green, cream, dusty rose, are all so wearable and current. What ties all of these projects together is that they're approachable. You don't need to have been crocheting for years. You don't need a huge yarn stash. You don't need hours of free time. What you do need is a hook, a bit of yarn, and a pattern you feel good about. And then you just sit down and make the thing. Small projects remind you why you started crocheting in the first place. There's no pressure, no long wait before you can see the finished result, and no complicated construction that makes your brain hurt. Just the simple back and forth of your hands doing something they enjoy, and a finished object waiting for you at the end.